What's up everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back to the Crypto Postman channel, and today we're going to be talking about the Vulcan blockchain. What is the Vulcan blockchain, and can you really make as much as 383,000% on your investment in just 1 year? Let's get it. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the Vulcan blockchain, and I know you heard me right. Yes, you heard me right when I said over 383,000% on your investment. That is just insane, right? So if you are confused, you've come to the right place. We've got you. Without wasting any further time, let's just get right into it. Now, in order for us to understand what exactly the Vulcan blockchain is, we may need to take a trip back in time to understand the projects that came before the Vulcan blockchain. And I know the developers behind it, the brains behind this project, don't really like going back in time to talk about the projects that preceded the Vulcan blockchain. As a matter of fact, they are trying very hard, I would say, to sort of not connect the two, but you know, on the Crypto Postman channel, we'll bring you all the juice when it concerns crypto and the blockchain industry, and we spare no, will I say expense now? We spare no efforts in trying to unravel the truth, right? But the Vulcan blockchain, before we get into the predecessors, has been advertised as a layer 1 auto-rebasing and compounding blockchain. Now that is massively insane, because when we talk about auto-rebasing and compounding, your mind basically travels to DeFi. And by DeFi, I mean smart contracts on the Ethereum blockchain, right? But to have a layer 1 blockchain that is auto-rebasing and compounding, it's just something we've never heard of before, right? And so it is novel. Yes, I will give it to them. It is novel, but really, how viable is the project? Like, is it something you should be getting into? Now, I would like to reiterate that I'm not dishing out any financial advice. I'm just letting you know what the facts are based on our research on the Crypto Postman channel. Now, like I said, if we want to understand what the Vulcan blockchain is, the Vulcan blockchain is, you know, we need to take a step back to understand the project that came before it. Now, in order for us to understand what the Vulcan blockchain is, we'll need to go all the way back to Safuu, right? And Safuu was basically a DeFi project that offers the same thing that the Vulcan blockchain is now offering, which is auto-rebasing and compounding. But the thing is, the crazy thing about Safuu is that it was offering this insanely high APY. If you don't know what APY is, okay, I wouldn't ask why are you here, because you're here to know, and I'll tell you it's like annual percentage yield, right? So if you invest $1,000, or if you invested $1,000 in Safuu, basically after 1 year, if everything goes well, right? After 1 year, you should have over $3.8 million from your initial $1,000 investment. That is just wild, right? And CEO and the founder of Safuu at the time, Bryan Legend, who is a legend, I would say, took the time to explain how this worked. We will not go into that and all the protocols behind Safuu in this video, but essentially he explained how he and his team aimed to achieve that particular, and it had people, the market cap of Safuu at some point was over $100 million. So that means that people actually invested in the project, right? People believed in this vision, in this project, and people believed enough to actually invest funds. By design, Safuu was supposed to be deflationary. That means that it will burn some of its coins. So if you don't understand finance, basically it means taking away from the supply so that the remaining tokens still in circulation are more valuable, because basically a law of economics says if it's scarcer, it's more valuable. It doesn't really apply to everything, but for valuable stuff, the scarcer it is, the more valuable it is. So basically, this particular project was designed to be deflationary by nature. According to its design, from time to time, a designated portion of the circulating supply was going to be sent to a burn address, right? And basically what a burn address is, if you don't know what that is it's an account that no one has control over. It's supposed to be a dead account that no one can access the funds there. So once funds are sent there, they're taken out of circulation and no one has access to these coins or will ever have access to these coins ever again. And that makes the coins that are in the possession of the investor more valuable. Now this was what was going on with Safuu until all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the project tanked. right? The project tanked, lost all of it, lost a huge percentage of its value, and then transitioned into Safu X. And Safu X was supposed to be not now based on any other blockchain. It wasn't a smart contract based on any other blockchain. Safu X was supposed to be, or is supposed to be, a layer 1 blockchain that is auto-rebasing and compounding. Still the same promises, the same expectations, but now on an actual layer 1 blockchain. And in order to help the investors who were caught up in the whole Safuu thing, they were offered the chance to trade their Safuu tokens for Safu X tokens during what was known as a sacrifice event. So basically, Safu X was supposed to launch in 2 stages. The first one was a sacrifice event where you could be able to swap your Safuu tokens for Safu X tokens at a 1-to-1 ratio. And after the sacrifice event was ended November 20th, I believe, that's from October 20th, 2022 to November 20th, 2022, right? Then we'll enter into the testnet phase where developers could actually test the Safu X blockchain to be sure that it is what it is and it does what it's advertised to do. The mainnet was supposed to launch January 20th, 2023. Now, that did not happen, as something happened with the Safu X blockchain again. And by something, I mean something very similar to Safuu, and then it had to transition into the Vulcan blockchain. So basically, the Vulcan blockchain, the Vulcan Forge blockchain is a rebranding of the Safu X blockchain. It is basically an auto-rebasing and compounding layer 1 blockchain. This is DeFi on an actual chain, on an independent chain, basically. Now, one of the more amazing features of the Vulcan blockchain, which was also available in the Safu X and the Safuu projects, is the fire pit. It has different names, but right now it's bearing the fire pit. And basically what this fire pit is, in very layman terms, is a burn address where Vulcan tokens, VUL, can now be sent in order to burn them, take them out of circulation. And remember, nobody's supposed to have access to this burn address so that these coins really do go out of circulation and will never be spent ever again, making, once again, the tokens in circulation of more value. So, in a nutshell, the Vulcan blockchain, as you have heard over and over again, is an auto-rebasing and an auto-compounding blockchain, that layer 1 blockchain. Don't forget that. Layer 1, that means it's running on its own. It's not dependent on any other layer. It doesn't have a base layer. It is the base layer. And basically, it will give you a whole lot of returns on your initial investment. Should you invest? Should you not invest? Should you partner? Should you not partner? Should you participate, in the network or not? That's entirely up to you. Here on the Crypto Postman channel, we just give you the juice and the news, however it is, and place the facts on the table. You can reach your conclusions. So that is that for this particular video. If you love this content, be sure to smash that like button so that other people can see the amazing work we do here. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. That will really mean a lot to us so that you get to see our content when next we post. And I will see you in the very next video. Be blessed.